I have a robot vacuum, but I never use it because in order to get it to clean my house, I have to first clean my house. See, the problem is I have really disgusting roommates. They're my children, and they just leave their clothes and their toys everywhere. And I also have pets. I recently had an elderly dog. She's gone now, but these pets, they also make messes that I don't trust the robot vacuum to handle properly. So the result is that I have a robot vacuum that I just never use because it's not smart enough. But Narwal is sponsoring this video to show off their much better, and I'm not just saying that, Flow vacuum. Unlike any vacuum I've ever had, it has the mopping thing. Like there's water tanks and all sorts of stuff. I'll show you in a second. But on top of that, well, let me just show you with photos. I used this thing once already, spoiler alert, and I made these little test piles of Lego to see if it would go through them. I thought it would avoid the big pile, but go right through the small like minefield. But it actually avoided both. And not only that, I did the classic baby sock test because that's the thing I'm always pulling out of the roller on my other vacuum, and it left that baby sock there. Anything that allows me to be lazier, I will pay for. So let's take a tour of this thing. These are the brushes. I think they clip onto the vacuum. We'll see that in a second. It comes with some literature, a quick start guide, a user guide, some safety stuff, very important, and a power cable for this to plug into the wall. It has to be said, this dock is a bit of a presence. It's pretty big. It has handles on the side, but that's because inside it has containers. I think you put clean water in one and dirty water comes out the other one. I guess we're not done the unboxing. There's stuff in here. Specially formulated floor cleaner. One of these. Unlike my old obsolete vacuum where it has a dustbin on board that I like pull off and dump out in the garbage can, this one returns to the dock and the dustbin gets emptied into a central bag that you only have to empty every sometimes. And actually it came with 2 of those bags. That's where it goes. Now that there's some water in here, let me get you excited about this thing's damn mopping feature. I'm not kidding, I'm excited. This is the vacuum itself. You can see it doesn't have a little like hat on top for cameras and sensors and stuff. It's nice and flat, integrated, it can go under stuff nicely. And giant mop. Finishing the assembly, it comes with these little flicky beans. So the reason this is so cool and different is that it doesn't just go into its space station, get the mop wet, and then drag that sucker all over your house. Instead, it actually has onboard water tanks, a clean one and a dirty one. It warms that water and sprays it continuously on the mop. So you ever like go to a hotel and they have that little pancake conveyor belt, or you put toast on the thing and you watch the toast go by the heating element and then it flops down? It's kind of like that. This mop is rotating this way. When it's exposed like this, it's cleaning your floor with fresh, clean, warmed water, 113 degrees Fahrenheit, I think. And then when it's rotating over here, what's happening is it's getting sprayed and then going under this like scraper that's taking off all the dirty water and putting it into a dirty water tank. So you get clean mop in contact with the floor all the time with clean water. And then you don't even have to empty those water tanks. It goes back to its station and that water goes in here. And you can see how dirty it is with this clear bucket. And that's not all. When it goes back to the base station after mopping, the base station actually cleans the mop even better, 3 different temperatures, so it takes oil off and everything, 176 degrees Fahrenheit, keeping that mop fresh. That's how Linus says it. All right, let's take a little tour of this area while we're here. I recognize this is the brush. This is the part that I'm always pulling out on my other vacuum and getting a steak knife and cutting hair out of. But they say that won't be a problem with this because of the way the brush is designed and the way the air flows, and there's these side brush things. They call it a dual flow, tangle-free system. I'm skeptical. We'll take their word for it for now. I bet you have to cut a little bit of hair out of there sometimes, right? It's a mop, not a miracle worker. Look at this clearance. These puppies pop up and the thing just coasts to get over like door thresholds up to 1.6 inches high. Yeah, I could get over my sliding glass door and just go and vacuum my balcony if I wanted to. And these aren't the only things that go up and down. When it goes onto a rug or carpet, the mop will raise so that it doesn't get your carpet wet. And this brush cover, this thing goes down, so it's like clamping onto the carpet to make better suction and just brush like right against that sucker. Why am I so into this? I guess I should show you the top too. Like it does have buttons on the top. It's basically a rocker. There is a power button. Ooh, there are so many peels on this thing. There's a home button. Oh, okay. That comes off without any levers or anything. There's this peel. Oh, good thing we got that out of there. And underneath the cover, we have an explanation of all those parts that I pulled out earlier that I didn't know what they were. So this is the dustbin, which you can manually pull out. And there you can see, this is the insert bin that I had an extra for, and this is the filter that I had an extra for. Nice to have extras. I'm trying not to like anthropomorphize this thing too much, but kind of looks like a face on the front. And that's because it has these two cameras, which are key for its object detection thing. It has this AI chip in it that allows it to recognize over 200 normal household objects, like that baby sock, and go around. And the way that it can easily go around and the way that it can look at those objects is with these two cameras. They say it gives it human-like vision, like stereoscopic vision, so it can see how far away it is from stuff. So when it sees something like a baby sock that it doesn't want to run over, or poo, it can get close to it, but not hit it. And actually, in the case of poo, it doesn't even get close. It stays 15 centimeters away, which is probably a good call. I actually have had a robot vacuum poo smearing craptastrophe before. I caught it early, but Jesus. All right, I'm gonna show you all the cool options you get when you press play on this thing. That requires me to show you the app a little bit. So you select your device. I know I'm coming from like ancient technology here, but this map is so much better. In the previous vacuum I had, you had to like create zones yourself, like you had to draw on the map. This thing, it mapped the place and then it knows what it's looking at. It even drew little couches and crap on here, and it does its own labels like, oh, this is a living room, this is a master bedroom. And then those are zones. So then you can just tell it to do those. It's just way more automatic. And when you go to actually run it, you get the option of vacuum, mop, vacuum and mop, vacuum then mop. I have vacuumed before, so I want to just check out the mopping action. So let's do it. Hit that. It is a play button. There you go. The whole house will be cleaned if no zone is designated. Detected heavily soiled areas. You're still in there. Detect long neglected areas. And check this out, it even recognizes like little places where you have speaker wire or chargers or cables somewhere in your house. That's one of the objects it recognizes so as to not, you know, get them caught in the brush and drag them all over the house, which has happened to me before. Oh, look who's here. I'm gonna set it to vacuum and mop at the same time and just watch it work. Look how it moves it around. I think it did that because it's trying to get right in the corner, which is one of the things it says it can do. It moves the mop out of the way, and those little brushes that we installed earlier, since they reach outside of the circumference of the circle, they can actually reach little corners like that. Zang.
Oh, look at the mop moving. Yeah, that's great.
Look at it edging. I was curious to know how wet the snail trail is. Like, would I step on that with my socks or whatever? And the answer is yeah. It's damp to the touch, but even now after just rubbing my hand, like dry now. So good to go, good to walk on. But can it navigate our wire racetrack? Imagine it just goes home. Nope.
Whoa, that was quick.
Made a fool of me. So thanks to Narwal for sponsoring this video and showing off their Flow vacuum, which has an MSRP of $1,500 or has a launch price of $1,100. Or you can pay $100 more and get this version where the base station gets plumbed into the wall, so you have to mess with the water a lot less. That is only available in select regions though.